Cheers, Muses. I'm Erica Papillion-Posey, and welcome to another episode of Suits Souls by EPP, where I inspire you toward your style muse with timeless, classic, prim looks from my boudoir, as well as some content to assist you in your very best lifestyle. And as a reminder, hang out until the end for the mini photo shoot that I provide for you at the conclusion of this episode. And in today's episode, Jet Set Style and Travel. That's right, Florence 2026 and Global Outfit Inspirations. Yeah, And you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you were one of the lucky ones that came on the last tour with me just this past June, a couple of months ago, then you know exactly what we're getting ready to talk about. But why is travel so important? It's not just important, it should not be important to just the select few. Did you know, fun fact for you, only 40% of Americans have a passport? Only 40% of Americans have a passport. Is that you? Are you included in that number? Shocking but true, shocking but true. And I am making it my business to expose you to the world on a broader plane, and particularly people that look like you and me. Why do I say you and me? Because about 85% of my viewing audience here are African-American women that are over the age of 45. And I love having you all because I love being a Black woman. I don't know about you, but I love being a Black woman, especially when I travel in other places around the world. There is a reception that I receive as a Black woman that I don't receive here. And I shouldn't say even often, not even minimally do I receive that kind of reception here in this country. So it really does spur on my love and my wanderlust for travel. It really does. And when you travel, there is something about traveling that rearranges your mind. There is something about travel when you hear other languages, you see other colors, you experience other cultures, other flavors, the sensations that you get. You can be having an all-out conversation with a person that barely speaks your language or you barely speak their language, and there's still a camaraderie because at our core, we're all the same and we all seek warmth and comfort in some way. Yes, we're all just human beings trying to make it and get along in the world. And the more you travel, the more you understand and you realize that we all just want love. We all bleed the same. We're just in a different sphere, if you will. But it is super, super important. And my love of travel happens to be rooted in Europe. As you know, Western Europe, having been an opera singer for over 20 years, having retired almost 2 years now at this point. I can't believe that it's been almost 2 years. But whether I am in another country watching a sunset, sitting on the shore at the beach, which I just showed you in the last episode, my recent trip to the Tyrrhenian Sea off the coast of Italy, or, laughing with someone that is not of my own ilk, it just brings me joy. It absolutely does. And every single time that I go abroad, whether it's Europe or someplace else, I really do feel like I've received another degree in some sense. When that stamp goes into my passport, I feel a sense of honor. I feel a badge of accomplishment for having received another stamp. I love filling up my passport booklet. I really do. I don't know about you, but I absolutely adore the sensation of getting another stamp. Which brings me to this. I am super thrilled because I would go on and on and on and on. But as they say, I can show you better than I can tell you, right? But again, I am super thrilled to announce the second tour. Yes, the first one this past June was our inaugural tour of Florence, Italy, the 5 Senses of Florence. The new tour, our second tour, is slated for June 1st through the 7th, 2026. Again, June 1 through 7, 2026. I'm also super excited to let you know that open registration, where you can register and get your terms and conditions, opens, let's see here, let me make sure I get my dates right, Monday, September 1st. Monday, September 1st will be open registration for the upcoming tour. Just so that you can put it on your calendar, I'm actually going to start rolling things out here literally within the next 2 weeks to have everything set up for open registration. But just so that you have a heads up, the deposits, as was the same as before, there is a $600 non-refundable deposit. There's a $600 non-refundable deposit that will be due Monday, October 6th. And then there's a little bit more here, a little bit more. But first, actually, as I said about the passports, I want to make sure to ensure that if you are interested in going this time around because of how slow and how many cuts this current dumpster fire administration has put upon us, that if you do not have a passport and you are interested in coming on the next tour with us, that you need to file your passport now. You need to file for your passport now. I am putting the link to the United States State Department in the description so that you can go directly there and file for your passport. You can do it online. You do not have to do it by mail anymore. It is much more efficient to do it online. I just had mine renewed as well. So do keep that in mind. If you are interested, please file the application right now, as soon as we're done with this episode, to get that passport. The cost is $150, and it lasts for a 10-year period at this point. Every time I've renewed my passport, it has always been for a period of a decade. And then the other thing that I want to make mention to you, the first 4 people to register and pay your deposits for this coming tour, I am going to be giving away swag bags from the last tour. So I bought a whole bunch of extra stuff because I knew that I was going to be continuing this as an annual journey, an annual sojourn. And I bought extra gifts for the swag bags. So I have so much left over, again, because I'm going to use some of them in the next tour. But I really wanted to gift 4 of you that register early, the first 4, with the swag bags from the last tour. We had everything. So you say, what was in the swag bag? There are so many things here. I did, and actually we had 2 swag bags. We had a swag bag at the top of the tour for the opening welcome dinner, the opening benvenuto, that means welcome dinner, and then for the arrivederci, the departure dinner. So yes, both of those, we had swag bags. It was fantastic. We did everything from silk scarves. We did embossed, authentic 100% leather bound journals. And let me see if I can just show you this one. I have one here directly from Florence, right? So these were made specifically for us, for our tour, by one of the artisans, the leather artisans in Florence, Italy. Because again, what Italians are known, particularly in Florence, for their leather. Pelle, right? And these are beautifully bound leather journals here. 100% Italian crafted leather. And yes, we did customized monogrammed pens for you all with the journals. Yes, so it wraps here, as you can tell. You can wrap it here and just tuck the leather portion here so that it stays closed. This is actually how you open and close it. And then we had them all monogrammed, stamped with the official flower, the Gili, which is the official flower of Florence, on each journal, right? So wonderful, so wonderful. I also gave marble, yes, authentic marble lanyards for your phone. And then we did, as I said, silk scarves. I won't even I don't want to open this one here, but these are just extras that I have. These are oversized, beautifully printed satin scarves that we did for each person. We also did, so when I say swag bags, they weren't like, the last bag was, it was more of a substantial but industrial gift bag. But our first set of swag bags, we did, the kind of bags that you can actually, let me see if I can open this one for you. The bags that you open, like so, it's like almost like a wristlet, essentially. So all of your gifts were in this bag, and then you could actually cross it and wear it as the two straps and wear it as a wristlet after you took your gifts out, right? And a lot of the ladies chose to do this and wear it with their outfits going forward, because we did have a color scheme, which was lavender, purplish lavender, black, and gray, right? How cute was this? And we did so many things. We did wine. We did custom bottles of wine. One of them was called Florio, and Florio is a very famous aristocratic family from Sicily, and they do these special wines. They're known for wines. They're known for how they package their fish in a special type of oil. There is a Netflix show called Il Gatto Pardo. Il Gatto Pardo. Gatto Pardo means leopard. And they were known as the lions or leopards of Sicily in that particular time period. Magnificent, incredible, storied family from Sicily. We did customized bottles of wine from this particular vendor, right? To this day, they still are one of the most important wine producers in all of Italy. We did, Cantucci. Cantucci is like biscotti. It is not as hard as biscotti, but it is indigenous. It is like a cookie to the Florentine area. Gosh, there were so many things that we did. We did customize contact cards for everyone that served as like a souvenir. Yes, I could just go on and on and on and on. We did so much. We had so much. It was fabulous. Fantastic. And I want to gift four of you, the first four of you that register, one of these swag bags. All right. Oh, we also did olive oil. We did what else? This stuff is just coming to me as I'm thinking about it. But yeah, there were lots of treats in the swag gift bags. There's so much. I'm so excited because I'm actually actively working on this tour, the next tour now, and it's going to be even more spectacular than the first. We've already reconfirmed the hotel and everything, but we're going to be staying at the very same hotel that we stayed in prior. The convenience, the walkability were outstanding. The staff was outstanding. Each person arrived to their rooms with handwritten notes welcoming them to their rooms. Your beds were, if you so chose, your room was completely refreshed every day with fresh water. And again, custom bags of Cantucci were in your room when you arrived. I mean, it was spectacular. It really was wonderful. And I couldn't be more excited. So now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, I am going to show you this promo video that I have just prepared in preparation for the next tour. So sit back and enjoy this recap of the June 2025 tour, The Five Senses of Florence, and I'll see you on the other side. And while the memories and friends will stay with me forever from this last tour, there is another way that I love to enjoy my travel. And as you know, that is through fashion, right? And for me, fashion has always been another passport, essentially. The colors, the textures, the patterns can really tell a story of where we've been and or where we're going. So in that spirit, I have pulled together 2 global inspired outfit inspirations that really made me feel like I was in maybe like the souk of Marrakesh or Medina or Morocco for that matter, or even in Alhambra. And I'm speaking of Spain, right? Because Spain has Moorish influences. All of Spain was significantly influenced by the Moors. The Moors ruled Spain for 1,000 years, yeah? And Alhambra is really this larger than life fortification that sits on top of a mountain. If you've ever been to Granada, Spain before, that really does speak to the Moorish influences. And you know, the Moors came out of Northern Africa and inhabited and conquered that part of Spain for 1,000 years. So these 2 global outfit inspirations really remind me of the textiles that you would see again in places like Africa and or southern Spain, like the Ankara or the Kente cloth or the asa oke, I think it is, the shweshwe. Shweshwe is actually a cotton material that has been stamped with patterns and prints on it. And what we would consider like, what is the word that my daughter used? Muslin, almost like a muslin, yeah, which are the materials that generally designers use when they are making mock-ups or samples of a design before they actually decide if they're going to move forward with full production of a clothing item, right? So again, it's like almost like a heavy linen, heavy cotton materials, but totally inspired by that part of the world. So let's get into book number 1 of our global outfit inspirations, right? And we're starting with actually a 2-piece set from Zara. And this piece really does make me feel like I am in one of those particular areas that I just spoke to you about, either Africa or going into the southern part of Spain. And this is a 2-piece skirt set, again, from Zara, this beautiful green with this stamped pattern on it. It's almost like a paisley and floral print on it, button down, buttons, of course, in the wrist area, but I really like the way that the button apparatus takes place in the wrist part of the top, and then the wrap skirt here, right? It seems like it's just a basic 2-piece, but as you can tell from the video, it's a bit sexy. I actually took the top and I did some funky twisting and folding to it to give it some more character, some more visual effect and visual appeal to the outfit. Again, you know, I like to manipulate my clothing and have fun with it. You do not ever need to be relegated to wearing an article of clothing as it is presented. Once you buy it, baby, do your own thing to it, which is what I did. I made it mine in this particular outfit inspiration. Yeah, what did I do to accessorize with this look? I actually tried to decide. I was torn back and forth between which handbag I was going to do with this. And I ultimately went with my leather. It's leather and suede. It's a juxtaposition of both. Bakir satchel here. And I kind of toggled back and forth in my picture taking and my videos with this Amarai. Remember the Amarai bag that I showed you in my Italian handbag haul? So yes, this is an Italian leather handbag, but I actually picked this one up from TJ Maxx years ago. So I've had it at least about 10 years or so. But wonderful. Which one? Tell me which bag you would have tried with it. Again, I'm showing you, I'm going to pop pictures up here to show you how it looked with both of them. But ultimately, I kind of went with the olive green color here because it matched perfectly. It was a stellar match with my Schutz heels, right? What do you think of this one? This is one of my favorite all-time colors. I am totally a neutral earth tone girl. I just think these colors wear beautifully on my skin tone, and it picks up the orange. Look at the heel of the sole of the shoe. Do you see the color of the sole of this shoe? Don't you think that this really does mimic the color of my skin? My skin has orange undertones to it, and it really just brings out. So those earth tones are so flattering on my skin color, right? This color brings me joy. This color, brown, the rustic oranges, that's my jam. That's my jam. The next thing that I did to really pop this off and give it some global appeal, as you can tell with my pompous crest behind me, I came ready for y'all today, baby, to set the mood. Tell me what you think about this, right? Does this not give you Audrey Hepburn in the summertime, in a summertime edition of Breakfast at Tiffany's? What say you? This straw hat is by BCBG. You know how I have a number of BCBG straw hats, and they are fabulous. BCBG can do no wrong with me where hat accessories are concerned. Hey, the millinery on their hats are fire and legendary. I love this beauty. And guess what? I picked this one up for $16 on clearance. Nordstrom's end of season sale. $16 BCBG Nordstrom's end of season sale. And when you see, if you could see the intricate weaving and layering in this hat, it is just fabulous. It fits me beautifully. I'm dying to know what you think about this beauty. Yeah. And then the second outfit, global outfit inspiration for this look, I went with, now this is the one that really does remind me of something that you would wear, something that you could get in Morocco. If you could see, I really want to try to get you to see the intricate weaving and detail in this set. Can you see it well? It is fabulous. It is a mixture of gold and black weaving. And I have to be very, very, soft with it. I have to be very particular with it because the material is so dainty and it pulls very, very easily. And can you believe that this is a Zara set that I've had from, I think, about 8 years now? I've had this Zara set. It is so comfortable. You know, I am all about loungewear. You know, I am all about a set, period. Yeah, these are bell bottoms. The thing that I really like about these pants is they have a built-in panty to it, so you do not have to wear extra. It's more like a boy short that's built into it. And as you can probably tell from the video, I actually gathered it on the legs on the bottom because I really did want to show my shoes. I am good for gathering my trousers at the ankle because I am a petite, short 5'2" girl. Sometimes my trousers are too long, and I really want my soles, my shoes, to show. So I did that with these straps. I have tons of different sorts of and textures of ribbons that I keep on hand that I get from the craft store, Joann's Fabrics, Michael's, you name it. Different types of ribbons and textures so that I can wrap them and tie them into a bow at the ankle area when I want to gather my trousers. And so, you know, it looks like they still are almost like a harem pant so that they billow out on the bottom, but you can still see the soles. You can see the shoe, baby. Oh, I think I just got something stuck here. Okay, there we go here. Again, I just told you that this was delicate material, and here I am getting it. I actually put Velcro on the ends of these as well so that I don't have to tie them. I just literally sew Velcro on the ends of and this is the industrial types of ribbon. So again, very substantial industrial ribbon. And then I just put Velcro on the ends so that I can wrap it multiple times on the ankle area. But what shoes did I go with for this look? Actually, I did my Jeffrey Campbell wedges. I think you've seen these before. I think I've worn these once or twice for you in the past. But look, as you know, I'm a Jeffrey Campbell stan. Jeffrey Campbell is in my top 4, always in my top 4. Look at this. Patent leather, wedge, Art Deco heel with this substantial, almost Art Deco 1920s type of metal structure on top on the vamp area of the shoe. Again, these are fabulous. They wear well. They feel well. They're not difficult to walk in, even though it is a 4-inch heel. But again, Jeffrey Campbell is in my top 4. What are my top 4? Schutz, Sam Edelman, Jeffrey Campbell, and Steve Madden, period, hands down. I would kind of say a close 5th would be Michael Kors. Yeah, you know, I'm a Michael Kors stand as well, but only in recent years. My top 4 have always been solid. Yep, and Jeffrey Campbell is one of them. And then the handbag that I went with for this look, in addition to my Tom Ford dupe inspired, aviators, vintage aviators with this look, I did this Arcadia bag, which you saw with the gold suit that I wore, that gold, beautiful, soft gold, actually, Zara suit that I wore with that silhouetted, that really tight silhouetted blazer. Just a fabulous look, right? I'm in love with this bag. I'm in love with the structure of the bag. It really is, again, an Art Deco. It is like a piece of art. It is a satchel, but it comes with a strap for crossbody shoulder wear. But why would you ever wear this kind of bag as a crossbody bag? It is too elegant. It's a timeless, classic piece of artistic work. It is art as far as I'm concerned. When you have a moment, go on Arcadia's website. They're currently having a 50 to 60% off sale. This bag is on there, but it is sold out in the black patent leather, though I have seen it in, let's see, I think a couple of Poshmark sellers have them, and I've also seen them on Etsy. I actually purchased mine from the Arcadia store online directly. But again, the black is sold out, but there's like 5 other colors that are still available. Again, they're currently running a 50 to 60% off end of season sale. So you might want to check them out. And there you have it. That was my second look for you. I only did 2 for you today because I really wanted to focus on the particulars and the details of our upcoming tour, our return to Florence, return to Florence, Italy for June 1st through the 7th, 2026. Open registration starts Monday, September 1st. Deposits Monday, October 6th. Yeah. Swag bags for the first 4 registrants. And don't forget to apply for your passport now if you do not already have one, just to be sure, because it is very slow. I understand that there's a backlog. The last article that I read said that there was a 400%, you heard me right, 400% uptick in people applying for passports because they're trying to leave the country. And people are trying to get secondary passports for other countries as well. So they're getting passports here to go to other countries so that they can apply for citizenship in other countries. So it's been super busy. And because of all of the cuts in our state departments, it's taking forever. So do yourself a favor. If you're coming, apply for your passport now. Again, it is $150 if you do the passport book alone. If you do the passport book and the passport card, it is $160. But again, it is for an entire decade. All right. Thank you so very much for joining me on this episode, this travel edition episode of Suits Souls by EPP. And before we go, head on over to the comments and make sure you let me know which of those global outfit inspirations was your favorite. Or maybe you liked both of them, right? And don't forget, please hit that like and subscribe button for notifications on all new episodes. And if you're not already doing so, head on over to Instagram and follow me there at Suits Souls by EPP. But until we meet again, a presto, Muses. Ciao.